So just quickly, I'm charring the ends of my house posts. Most of them are pointed to allow any moisture to run off, where the flat one will probably more likely collect water and rot. So this is an aid to prevention of rotting by insects, mainly because it's an inert material and insects avoid charcoal. Now I use charcoal because it's very low in nutrients as an absorber of minerals when you use them in planting holes. I crush the charcoal so that it takes up as much surface area as possible. Now I've placed charcoal in the post hole on top of a layer of maybe 3 or 4 inches of gravel, so that any moisture running down the length of the post goes through the charcoal and then down into the gravel, in effect drying out the wood and not allowing any moisture to pool or puddle at the bottom of the post, because with moisture and air, that's where you get rotting. A post in water, well, that's a different matter, because a post in water has no oxygen available and prevents the post from rotting, which is why you get lots of piers which are hundreds of years old still standing. So this method here is an old ancient method. It's an old timers method as well, rather than putting lots of chemicals on and stuff like that. These posts would just naturally sit in the ground, and when I'm content that they've charcoaled enough on the ends, I will douse the flames and hope for the best, really. I will treat the wood though with spent olive oil liquid. Now olive oil liquid is what you get at the end of a pressing process, which is mainly water, but there's still olive oil in it. It's a black liquid which they use as a fertiliser, and they put it on their fields. Now I've already asked my local cooperative if I can volunteer there, and they're good friends of mine, and I've asked for the spoils at the end of it, so I can treat all my wood spent olive oil, or olive oil gone off. Basically could be mixed with diesel, make it go further, and also the use of motor oil. I mean, there's a lot of that going around, black used motor oil or gearbox oil, which again mixed with diesel provides a good preservative on this wood, which is pine. Now pine wood, this type of pine, is rubbish, so it needs to be treated. Scandinavians have lots of pine buildings which they treat with oil quite regularly, and they have to, and those buildings are still standing after hundreds of years, so it can work, soft materials. This wood here has been drying out for a few months. I've debarked it to allow it to dry it quicker, to prevent any rotting that goes on underneath the bark. And now what you see is a bleaching effect on the actual wood itself. The moisture content has gone from 100% down to, hopefully as close as I can, to bulk material, which is 18-20% moisture content, and that severely reduces the weight as well. So I've been managing to handle this wood quite easily, relatively. Bearing in mind I had a herniated disc a few months ago when burying my dog, trying to move a 250 kilo rock for a gravestone, and a few weeks later I did a 2,700 kilometre bike ride from here to the north of Poland, and that really seems to put my back in order, and I feel very, very strong. But you've got to mix up your work. You can't be doing this every day, otherwise you're just going to get another herniated disc, and you'll probably get bored of it. So I move around working on the cistern, on the building, on the food tunnel, on walls, on watering, various other structures, cemetery over there, walls that need to be repaired. It goes on. I mix it up, and I have to say I'm incredibly efficient when I don't have volunteers. Volunteers are costly in terms of time and energy, and unless they're resident, by the time you get them trained up to start thinking for themselves, you find that they're leaving. And that's the problem with volunteers, which is why they have to pay. They pay for an education because they cost you. in terms of your energy and your own achievements.